Welcome along to our first F1 Clash 2025 series walkthrough. We are going to give you the best strategies and the best guide to complete Series 2 early doors. We're going to try and give you the racing for every single circuit without boosts to show you that winning without boosts is possible and what we used to get through the series. That is what we're going to show you in this Series 2 video. Now, this is recorded off our free-to-play account, so welcome to the free-to-play account, and we're going to get ready to rumble. This is the car that we are running in Series 2. It is made up of Series 2 parts, and it is also made up of Series 2 or Series 1 drivers. So, again, you've got through Series 1, you would have got whatever you could get from Series 1 in terms of parts. You've made it to Series 2, and of course, it depends on when these parts drop from your crates, or if you get them through the free crate. So that is what we're going to use to get through Series 2. And these are the drivers as well. Bortoletto and Isaac Hadjar. So at the moment, I'm not going to waste any coins. You can see I've got 155,000. And there's no point rushing at all. I don't need to go and upgrade these right now, because they should be good enough. I'm going to save some coins because Isaac Hadjar common is not going to be good enough in the long run, so I'm going to save my coins. So we're going to get into what is Series 2. What do you need to focus on for Series 2? Now you can see Japan is defending and cornering. You have got defending and cornering for Monaco. You have got defending and speed for Spielberg, Austria, and defending and speed for Monza. So we've got 2 speed and 2 cornering, but 4 lots of defending circuits. So you have to go for defending drivers. That is why we have got Bortoletto with high defense. We now look at Isaac Hadjar and we think, well, actually, would I want to use Kimi Antonelli over Isaac Hadjar? I'm going to take 3 defending off. Just that small. I mean, his defending is terrible, but his qualifying is going to help me through. That's Kimi Antonelli from Series 1. So you can use him, or you can use someone else like Isaac Hadjar. I'm going to use him because why not? He's got good qualifying, good race start, and hopefully he holds on. But usually, if it's a small couple of numbers, I would go with the better qualifying race start. If it is a case of that the driver has got a plus 10 on defending, I'm going to be taking that driver. But for the purpose of this series, I'm going to get Bortoletto to do all of the work. He's going to fly out front, and hopefully Antonelli, with his good qualifying, can hang on to positions. The car, speed and cornering is the best we've got currently as well. So let's get into our first race in Series 2. So we start off with a trip to Austria and Spielberg for race number 1 here in Series 2. And we're going to take a look at what sort of strategy we can do when we get into the game. We're not going to use any boosts, but remember, boosts can help you massively. There is Antonelli's qualifying in 16th. So again, you've got to weigh up, is it worth it? We have got 7 laps to come. That is what we are racing in this one, 7 laps. So I'm going to be doing a 4 and a 3 with both drivers. So I'm going to do a 4 lap and a 3 lap run. No boosts available. They are available. We're just not going to be using them. So let's get it on the road and let's see what we can do. Can we get through nicely? We should be able to with this one-stop strategy. But we're going to have to be play it easy and manage the power unit. So, of course, no DRS in this early stages for ourselves. Just Antonelli and Bortoletto to absolutely try and action pack it. Now, through these sections, you can usually do some overtaking. But remember, your car is not going to be very fast at this point. So we can kind of push, kind of like huffing and puffing to see if we can make any overtakes. And by God, this turns out very, very slow. So Antonelli currently P13. That is not too bad. You can see his car just there in the nice bright pink of our free-to-play. And we are cruising at the moment. Don't expect to be taking P1, P2 in these races. It's all about just beating your rival. That is all you've got to do as Antonelli goes backwards. And again, the AI is going to be pretty fast. We are pretty weak at this stage. If you've got upgrades and you want to do some, by all means. But don't go and absolutely splash all your coins if you can get through Series 2 without having to do it yet. So lap 3, Antonelli Again, with that lower defensive stat, he's not holding up too badly at the moment. But you can see he is all over the back of by the Haas. So is Bortoletto. Probably some faster tyres around us. And Antonelli will come into the pits. But the rival was on the soft tyres. We might have could have gone for softs. But we're going to push through. So Bortoletto now 19th. And that's going to move up nicely because of this one-stop strategy. We're just going to keep it easy with the hard and the mediums. I don't trust the soft tyres too much, but Bortoletto's doing okay. So I'm going to keep him, and you can see he's just hanging on. Going to keep him onto mediums, because I don't need to do any drama here. You should find Series 2 more about learning the game. That's what you should find. It is still a relatively relaxed state in Series 2. As we have Antonelli coming through. And he is currently 19th. Make sure you're conserving down those straights on your power unit. And you can see now, Bortoletto has got the jump, I think, on Antonelli. I'm pretty sure Antonelli was ahead initially. Might be wrong. But I'm pretty sure he was. You can see that defensive stat starting to struggle on Antonelli. That's why sometimes it's good to take the extra points of defence. But obviously we tried to take the defensive. And it's okay. It's going to be a little bit trickier to hold on. But for now, for what you need in Series 2, it's going to be absolutely fine. He's got every other stat in his favour pretty much. As we come out of turn 1. 2 laps to go. And again, all you got to do, it's not going to be pretty. You've just got to keep conserving down the straight. Bring your power mode back up for the corners. And then basically, bring it home. Bring it better against your rival. Series 3 is going to be a lot more involved with tactical battles. But Antonelli coming through. And in the wet, you're probably going to be looking at something like a 3-2-2. If you do get the wet of Austria. Or the 2-3. Yeah, what? 2-2-3, pretty much. But Bortoletto and Antonelli going to get the job done. And remember, we are got a lot of parts to upgrade if we wanted to. But at present, we don't currently have to. So what I'd say to you is as long as you can save some decent amount of coins, go and upgrade as much as you can, as much as you feel like you want to. But remember, Series 3 onwards, you will start to get better parts. And all them Series 1 and Series 2 will not be used any further. So that is a good win around Austria. Our next race comes from Japan in this series. We're going through all 4 races that are in Series 2 to give you the best advice and the best go-to information to complete any of these 4 races. So, Kimi Antonelli's qualifying coming in handy again with 15th, but again, we know he struggles, so I don't blame you if you go for Hajar, who levels up. Now, there is a really good epic, which we'll show you later in the video towards the end. No boost, of course. This is in the rain, so we're probably going to have to do a 2-2-1, we've got the hiccups in this one. Now, there is an Isaac Hajar epic that is really good. We'll show you that after this race. And let's go racing. Now, if you can get that one, that would be an absolute beautiful card to obtain. But Hajar epic is really, really good coming up. So, let's get away. Antonelli with his good qualifying has got away well. That's why he is sometimes good to use a little bit of qualifying in that driver selection. But you can see he's already up to 10th place in Japan. And that is exactly what we needed. So up to 9th now. I'm going to cut down a little bit. I think we might have to do a 2-2-1. Unless we can... Yeah, I think we're going to have to potentially do a 2-2-1. We might be able to sneak the... I think we can actually sneak the 3 out. If we can do a 3-2, I think that's going to be the best strategy. We probably need a little bit more from Antonelli, though. Yeah, it's going to be borderline. We might try and stretch it a little bit. And look at Antonelli starting to hold things up. Slower car than some of the AI, but obviously also a low defensive stat by Antonelli. So this is where he starts to come backwards. So at least if I use Antonelli, it shows you what you should prioritize. Oh my God. And look how quick Bortoletto is on the back. So really, that probably proves my point that the extra 3 defensive stat that Hajar will get you is probably worth it. Because we're trying to show you Antonelli, not happening. We are going to have to do a 2-2-1, I think, with him as well. Now, what I'm going to do is send Bortoletto, if you've got him, I'm going to try and send him round for an extra lap. We're going to try and save on the pit stop. Now, we are going to be very slow here for this lap, but we might be able to save an extra stop. So, Antonelli comes in. Bortoletto continues. We are very slow, of course. And we are currently in 13th place. And we're going to definitely, if we can get the one stop, we're going to run out of tyres, but we might just save ourselves an extra pit stop. If you can get the free, you've got Bortoletto maybe an extra level, because he'll do you well at the start. Maybe it will be worth the try. But Antonelli, you can see, quickly gone backwards, but the rival is absolutely nowhere near.
2 secs, Karun. We've got a new subscriber.
As Zhao hits the subscribe. So now we run out of tyres. We're going to have to crawl. And just think, it's about 5 seconds a pit stop. We've probably lost about 5 seconds there, I'd say. And we're going to be... Yeah, I think it's probably better than doing an extra stop. Bortoletto is in. Antonelli was just ahead of him. But let's see where they end up. Because remember, we've got 1 lap left. I don't think we can quite get the 3 laps with Antonelli. But now, Bortoletto, with 2 laps of absolute, pure, beautiful tyres, can come back through. We'll see what the AI do to show you as well. Because they might do a 2-2-1 as well. And there's a lot of cars in front. Bortoletto has caught them up. And the AI... are going to go an extra lap. We can't really afford to do the extra lap. So what I would say to you is if you are playing this one, it's a tricky one because we don't have the tyres for it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep it through. It's going to be horrendous. But the main thing is we are ahead of the rival. And maybe Antonelli, for you, I mean, I'm doing it the worst way probably with Antonelli at the moment. He's clearly not really that good enough. So for the other 2 races, we'll probably put Hajar in. It's just a shame we can't get that epic Hajar because that is so much better. But lap 5, a lot of the AI do a 2-3 then. That's for your knowledge. So if you want to do the overcut and you can get 3 laps, absolutely great. Antonelli is clear. Absolutely clear, massively. We haven't got to worry about who he's up against. He is going to run out of tyres. He is going to drop back. But I could have pitted him. But what was the point? We're so far clear of the rival that it didn't matter anyway. And now everybody runs out of tyres. And there you go. Run out of tyres on the first stint and come back through in the second. Bortoletto takes 12th. In the end, Antonelli runs out with everybody else. Everybody runs out on the final lap at the final sector. Obviously, Bortoletto, look at that for an overcut. Trying to drag it out on that 3-2. But that is your race complete for Japan. And what we'll do is we'll quickly show you that Hajar so you can have a look. We do get, obviously, it is a Series 1 crate. It's because our crate slots are full. And just to show you what I mean, as we do unlock legendary drivers now, which is nice. Driver-wise, that is a big gain. If you can get Isaac Hajar in Series 2... you're going to be absolutely laughing because he is an absolute beast when it comes to the stats. But for now, we're going to change out and I think I'm going to try and get us through with Hajar. And maybe, just for 8,000 coins, just make it a little bit easier for myself with him. So we're going to go with them 2 to finish off the final 2 races. Next up, we are at Monza in Series 2, and obviously we're showing you this common Hajar. If you've got the epic Hajar, then even better. But we're going to show you what the common Hajar is like in this one, just to give you the options. But of course, we are dealing with what we've got. We haven't unlocked that epic yet. Now, you can see it's going to rain in 3 minutes 20. Not too concerned about that yet. 6 laps to come. So I kind of want to do a 3-3. You're probably going to have to do a 3-3 with both here. You don't want to do 2 stops because it'll be relatively slower. So in this case, what you want to do is prioritize one driver over the other. You want to conserve with one after lap 1. And you want to basically try and avoid trying to get a gap of about 6 seconds between the 2. So race off as we are doing now. See who gets the best start. There's no point doing a 2-stop round here. We might have to with the bit of the weather. And you can see Isaac Hajar has got the greatest start. Now, remember, we always tell you in this series guide that you're only racing your opponent. You don't need to go.
2 secs, Karun. We've got a new subscriber.
As James Macy hits our subscribe during this S2 guide, you don't have to go and win everything. It's all about just beating your rival. And you can see the rival is at the back at the moment. So, Bortoletto, I'm going to keep there, just holding up our rival in 23 and 24. It's all about strategic play. And I'm in no rush to use our power unit to push what have you. So in the wet, you'd probably run a 3-3 as well if you're in series number 2. So we can push a little bit. You can see Bortoletto still at the back, but it's okay. I'm going to push Hajar now. See if we can make a move up and just gain a little bit of time. We can get into 17th. And again, I'm just going to build out that 5-6 second gap just to try and make sure that we don't double stack. Bortoletto is at the back of the field as Hajar tries to come through but can't. Down the straight, we're going to conserve. We're going to attack through the corner. Can we get Hulkenberg this time? Not quite. Again, we conserve back down. So Hajar on that free medium, absolutely fine. Now looking at Bortoletto, he's 22nd. The rival has also pitted, and they are going to be in the long run. You can see the gap between both drivers is not actually that much. So we're going to push Hajar. And again, we are going to be obviously coursed very slow because our cars are not that fast in this series. So again, Bortoletto is right behind P20 or P19. And we are going to double stack a little bit. But at Monza, it is, of course, there's only so much we can do. A one-stop strategy, so much better for you around this circuit. So in we come on the mediums. We're going to get a little bit of double stack in here. This is the only circuit really which has got a major double stack potential. And yeah, you can see we're going to lose a couple of seconds. Now you could probably try and do 4 hards. That could be the other way you go about it. A 4 hard, 2 soft, or a 2 soft, 4 hard. But again, the tyres I don't think are really going to last. It only says 3 out of 3 on the hard tyres. You can see that down on my pit stop. But the good thing you've got now is Bortoletto can absolutely push. We might have to come back to wets in this race because obviously rain is in 45 seconds. So we might have a final lap rain. And we've got to take into account that we're going to do a 5-second stop as well. So Hajar gets through into P16. We've got Bortoletto coming with as well. Just getting into 21st. And we've got a breakdown for Antonelli there. So Bortoletto continues. And again, we're just beating the rival. That's all we need to do. We have got rain coming in 10 seconds time with only 1 lap to go. Now looking at the rival, I don't expect the rival to pit. I don't expect the rival to pit because it's not a real player. They are on enough softs for another lap. So I don't expect them to pit. So really, I don't have to make the pit stop. I am going to struggle on pace, but I don't have to. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to come in because this is going to get quite wet. And I don't expect them to pit, and they don't. So that's what we expected. Now, we're going to give up the position, but we should be absolutely really fast because it's going to be wet conditions. So we should be able to fly back past these rivals. And you've got Bortoletto with good. So the crossover for dry to wet is around 10%. So this is what I've seen. This is going to be really, really quick racing now, as we've got some cars that have finished the race. Now we're going to catch back up the leaders of our rival. Oh, come on, Bortoletto. But again, look how slow the AI is going. That's why sometimes, if you can stay out, it's not the worst thing in the world. And we are getting absolutely held up here. So again, we've took a risk here. But that risk will pay off. The rivals ran out of tyres. Everybody is going slow. But you can see why I said initially you don't have to pit. Because at the end of the day, the other cars won't pit either. A little bit of blocking, or probably quite a lot in the wrong conditions. But we're still going to get the win. We probably could have stayed out for dries. But that gives you a good example of how powerful the right tyres in the right conditions are. But also how painful it can be as well. But Monza, there is your guide. It is complete. Time for Monaco, the final race of this Series 2 guide, and we're going to see what we can do. Can we go and score some big points in this one? Can we beat our rival? That's the main thing. So 18th for Antonelli and 21st and 23rd for our two drivers. We have got the 2 soft 3 medium strategy and the 3 medium 2 soft strategy to follow. No, Monaco is a notoriously difficult circuit. So, can we get the points versus our rival? We know that Antonelli's got a decent race start, but can we keep up the pressure early on? Monaco, always a bit of a lottery, bit of a luck depending on the start you get. So hopefully we can find a good way of starting now. So, we are off and racing. We have got Hajar in currently 19th place. And we hopefully get an inside line here to make up some good moves. And we do. But the rival does follow as well. So that is a little bit annoying. Rival's got away from us at the moment. You can see we are currently 19th and 21st. Rival is just ahead. They are also in 23rd place as Bortoletto makes a move up the inside. We're going to do the Swapperoo. I would like to say the Multi 21, but we are obviously not in that. We're about Multi 2019 at the moment. So lap 2 we'll see Bortoletto pit. And we're going to go to medium tyres. So it's quite a straightforward strategy in this one. So we've got to just keep conserving where we can. And then what we'll do is we'll hit the push through the sections which are good overtaking. Now, Hajar obviously has just lost a place. Our car's not the strongest, but we've shown you that it can be done with a lower car than you've probably got. And there we go. We've got to move on Ocon potentially coming up here as well. But no, Bortoletto doesn't want to make the headlines yet. The rival is pushing, but they are going to be into pit shortly. They're going to be probably doing a 4-1 actually on the hard tyres. Slower compound, which means we should be able to jump and stay ahead. Now Hajar goes through. He's going to be going to soft tyres this lap. And he's going to be faster at the end of this race, which is good. And we are gaining some good power unit with Hajar. We're going to push in the sections that we know. But we're just going to defend from that Antonelli. Bortoletto on his outlap, we're going to push. And it's all about saving power unit because we need to come back at the pack. Again, Hajar just closing in on that 13th place. And Bortoletto is not far off behind the rival Bortoletto. And again, he's going to pit like lap 4. So he's going to be a lot of laps on the hard tyre. That's why I don't like that strategy, the 4-1. Doesn't seem to really want to work. They can also go to 3 if they wanted to. But this rival, of course, will go to 4. Now, Bortoletto coming through. He pitted earlier. And we're going to jump the rival. That is exactly what we needed. That is why good 2 soft strategy will get us a brilliant undercut straight away. Hajar comes through. We're going to push him a little bit. There is the rival's car as well. Can we get Hajar into 22nd? Yes, we can. Now, we're going to jump the rival. We are in the lead of this duel. We're going to just take our time now because there's the rival. Still got a pit. I told you that 4 hard, 1 soft. Not the best. And Bortoletto now will carry on. Lap number 5. We are looking good in this one. We will save some power unit, but we're going to be comfortably ahead with our 2-stop. And yes, there you go. Look, rival coming out at the back of the grid on the soft tyres. So as long as we keep pushing, we will have no problems at all. Hajar should be right on the back of Antonelli shortly as well. Into this corner. Can we get a move? Doesn't look like it. Or can we now? No. So that rival's still stacking a nice little car. We're going to conserve down to the Nouvelle chicane. That rival's not that fast down that straight. Can we get a move? We can't. We told you, very difficult circuit to overtake. But we're going to come home and get the job done in Series 2. That is all we need to do. Bortoletto, only 15th, but crucially, the 1-stop strategy working a treat. He finishes 15th, Hajar 19th. We are ahead of the cars that we need, and that is Monaco 1-stop strategy supreme. And this is how you open Series 3. We are on to Series 3 on the free-to-play account. That is going to be our next guide that will come through the series. We have completed Series 2. It is now down to Series 3, where we take on what looks to be a cornering series and a balanced driver stat. but make sure to tune in for the free-to-play account series walkthrough.